Hi, I'm Kate from SewCraftCook. Today I wanted to show you a few quick basic hand stitches to get you started. Take your threaded needle with around about 15 centimeters or 6 inches of tail and your knot at the end. If you're not sure how to do that, go back to the threading video and have a look. Go to the back of your fabric, and the first thing we always do when we stitch is make sure that our knot holds at the back. For a running stitch, which is a stitch you would use as really basic stitching, it's a very quick stitch. You can use it just to hold 2 bits of basic fabric together. We go forward, 1 stitch about 1/4 of an inch or 1 centimeter, and then back through, go back in, and then back through again. Super quick. We go back in and out, in and out. And that's why it's called a running stitch. To tie that running stitch off, take a tiny weeny little back stitch, just a really small one, back out through the front, and then take your thread back through the back and snip it off. The next stitch I'm going to show you is called a back stitch. Now if you're doing some toy filling or you're doing something that requires a little bit of a tougher stitch so that you don't want it to come undone, like say the side of your skirt comes undone, you'll want to use a back stitch. Again, the knot at the back of the fabric to make sure it doesn't pull through. Forward 1 stitch, just like the running stitch, and then up again just like the running stitch, pull it through, and then we go back with our stitch. And then a really big stitch forward, so you see how long the needle is at the back, and pull that out again. Now you can see here that there's gaps in between these stitches, so if you were doing toy filling, they would actually be pushed out through those gaps. So using this stitch will allow for the toy filling to be not able to poke back out through the holes. So again, forward, and then backwards. Forwards, and backwards. And to finish off, pull it through, and back out through the back, do a teeny weeny stitch in between 2 of them here, like this, and that will hold it. Then you can snip off there. And then the last stitch is something that you would use if you were doing a hem or you were wanting to hide your stitch. Once again, tie a knot, go through to the front, make sure it's secure. Oh, not secure, go back through to the back, tie that knot again, put that in a bit tougher, pull it back through, go back 1 tiny little piece, so say 1 or 2 threads in your fabric, then go forward like with the other stitches, and again go back 1 or 2 little threads, and then come forward. See the tiny little prick stitches there? If that was a black cotton, you wouldn't be able to see that with the black fabric. So it's perfect for things like hems or hidden stitches. Back through. To finish off, just take a couple of tiny little threads from the back, make a little loop, and prop your thread through the loop like that. Snip. And off we go. So we've got running stitch, back stitch, and prick stitch, which you can hardly see. And on the back, the running stitch looks exactly the same. The back stitches, you can see where it's backed up, and that's your prick stitch there. So you're just seeing the tiny ones from the front. I hope that was useful, and thanks for joining me.